Hey, what's up, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So this story time is about a girl I met on Tinder, and let's just jump right into this, because I don't really know how else to intro this. Story time takes place about a year back. Back then, I was using Tinder a lot. Nowadays, I don't really use it as much as I used to, but back then I was using it a lot because I wanted to find friends. Like, I had friends back then, but they weren't around a lot because they were working a lot, and I wanted to find some people that were around more often to hang out with and just meet new people. So I was on there, and I matched with this one girl. Let's just call her Jessie, okay? Now, Jessie, she seemed really cool at first, and we were having a good conversation, and she just seemed like a cool, genuine person, and we agreed to hang out later that week, and we did. We hung out one time. Keep that in mind. One time. Literally nothing romantic or anything like that happened. We were literally just kind of hanging out as friends. We were just walking around shopping, and then we hung out at this park for a little bit and just talked, and nothing crazy happened, okay? Like, we weren't at all in a relationship or anything like that. So after we hung out, told her I had fun, and me and her continued talking for like a week on and off. And the next weekend came around, and my friend invited me to go to a coffee shop with him, another friend of ours, and his girlfriend. And I was like, yeah, for sure, I'm down. And there was no issue with that. Like, they're cool. I hung out with them all the time. So I went out with my friends and my one friend's girlfriend, and we were just hanging out at a table drinking coffee. And I took a Snapchat of the coffee that I was drinking, and I put it on my friends only Snapchat story, so only my friends could see it. So after I put that up on my story, I didn't think anything of it. I was just showing that I was drinking coffee. Like, that was it. And it had like the logo of the coffee place on it. It was like a local place. So after I posted that Snapchat to my story, I was hanging out talking to my friends for a few minutes, and then I reopened Snapchat and I saw that 3 people had seen the story. So I swipe up to see who saw it, and she was one of them. And in my head, I didn't think anything of that either. I was like, oh, cool, Jessie saw my story. Like, I wonder if she goes here too and gets coffee. Like, I didn't really think anything of it. So me and my friends hang out for like another 20 more minutes just talking, and we decide to leave. So me and all my friends get up, we clean off our table, and we throw our stuff out, and we leave. And as soon as we walk outside, I can see across the street a car that looks really, really familiar. But I didn't really look at it too much. I just knew that it looked familiar to me. I was like, oh, maybe one of my friends has that same car. And then me and my friends keep walking down the sidewalk to my friend's car so that we can leave. And my 2 friends were with me, and then my friend's girlfriend was right next to him and me, like in between me and him. So it kind of looked like me and her were walking down the sidewalk together, but we weren't. We were all just walking together in one big group. But then I notice as we're walking to my friend's car, out of the corner of my eye, I see that car that I first saw when I walked out do a U-turn and start coming up behind us. So the car comes up behind us pretty quick and then passes us, and as it was passing us, I glanced at the car, and I realized why it looked so familiar. I'm like, oh, that's the same car that Jessie drives. But since it was nighttime, I didn't really get a good look at who was driving, and her car didn't have any bumper stickers or anything on it that would make it kind of different from the rest. So I just assumed that that was someone with the same car, because I'd seen that car so many times in my life. So I kind of just went about my night. We got in my friend's car. We drove over to my friend's house, hung out there for a little bit, and the rest of that night was pretty good. But then the next day comes along, and I get a text message from Jessie saying, hey, you want to hang out today? And I was like, yeah, for sure. Where you want to go? And she's like, I know about this really cool park. It has an awesome view of the city. We can go up there and hang out and then go get food. And I was like, all right, sounds good. And she's like, all right, cool. I'll come pick you up. So she comes over. And the minute I get in her car, I immediately realize she seems pissed about something. And I was like, what's the issue? Like, what's wrong? And she's like, nothing. Why? I'm like, I don't know. You just seem kind of quiet. Are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, okay, if you say so, just checking. So we're driving, and literally for like 15 minutes, we're just driving in silence. Like, no music playing. And every time I tried to start a convo with her, she would just shut it down so quick. I'd be like, so how's your day going so far? And she'd just be like, good. And I'd be like, oh, cool, what'd you do? And she'd be like, nothing. Like, it was just really, really weird. Like, she seemed so upset. So I was like, are you sure you're okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine, Austin. And I was like, all right, sorry. And I could definitely hear it in her voice. Like, she was annoyed about something. But I wasn't going to keep asking because clearly she didn't want to tell me. So we keep driving. And finally, we get to this place. It was an abandoned church parking lot. So immediately, I'm like, wait, where are we? I thought we were going to a park with like a cool view of the city. And she's like, yeah, well, change of plans. And when she said that, immediately in my head, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, what are we doing here? Like, this is kind of scary. Like, is someone about to come out from behind that church and, like, rob me or something? Like, I was kind of scared. So I was like, no, really, like, why are we here? And she goes, Austin, I want to talk to you about something. I'm like, okay, what is it? She goes, who were you with the other night at the coffee shop? And I just told her, I'm like, my friends. And she goes, and a girl. And in my head, when she said that, I immediately was like, holy shit. Because I only took a photo of my coffee. I didn't show who I was with or anything like that. So that's when I realized, holy shit, that car that I saw outside that did the U-turn and drove by us, that was her stalking me and my friends. So I look at her and I'm like, wait a minute. Were you outside of the coffee place in your car stalking me and my friends? And she just nods her head. And I'm like, no disrespect, but that is so creepy and so fucked up. What? And she just goes, yeah, well, I do my research. Don't be mad that I did my research on you. I really liked you, but you wasted my fucking time. And I was like, and you're wasting both of our time by driving me out to this creepy ass parking lot. Look like you're about to murder me. And right after I said that, she just smiled. Like, it was so creepy. I thought to myself for a second, like, holy shit, I really hope I didn't just predict my own death. Like, I really hope she's not actually here to murder me. And she says, I just can't believe you, honestly. I was like, what are you talking about? We hung out one time. We've been texting for like not even 2 weeks. Are you serious? She goes, whatever, get out of my car. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm like, okay. So I get out of the car. And right before I close the door, she goes, and honestly, Austin, my time is money, and you just wasted a lot of my time, so pay up. And she holds her hand out like she wanted money from me. And honestly, I was just dumbfounded. I was like, did you really just say that? Okay, you want to be petty? Let's be petty. So I reach into my pocket, I grab a Taco Bell receipt from earlier that day, and I hand it to her. And I go, there you go. Hope you have a good day. And I shut the door and walked away. And I got on one of the main roads after walking away, and I called my friend. I'm like, hey, man, I'm on this street. Can you come pick me up? He's like, yeah, dude, why the hell are you over there? I'm like, well, it's a long story, and I will be telling you the whole thing when you come and pick me up. So my friend came and picked me up. I told him the story, and that was pretty much it. And now we're here. And I haven't heard from her since. I don't know what she's up to nowadays. I hope she's doing okay. And yeah, I just thought it was a crazy story time, and I thought you guys would enjoy it. I hope you guys did enjoy this story time. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it. Leave your stories in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys all later. Peace.